All right, another insight to one of my training days. This is a press day for me. I have 2 of these during the week, a lot of bench press movements. As part of that, this particular day was a strength focused day. So you see the load for bench press is highlighted in yellow. I'll get into that in just a minute. But as part of this, the program I'm currently running is based around my Campbell PRS program, which had different days that varied based off of strength, rep, or a little bit lighter work. And again, I'll break those down later. This new program I'm working on now takes a lot of the same foundations and adds things into it that I've found over the past couple of years. Once it's fully updated and I've run through a couple of times, I will release it as a free program for anyone who's interested in trying it. So let's just jump right into the training. So I mentioned today is a strength training day, and it's roughly around 88% of my training max. And given the fact that my training max is 88%, it says that I should be doing 120 kilos. Now, because most of the program is based off sub-max work, what I like to do on the strength training days is use that first set as a way to base my strength. In this case, 120 kilos, see how it feels. And then each subsequent set, what I'll do is, depending on how good I feel, I'll add weight to the bar until I get to a point where I feel like I'm around a certain RPE percentage. In this case, I'd probably say around 8 to 8.5. That being the case, I was able to work up to 135 kilos, which I ended up hitting on my 4th set. And since the prescribed work for this particular day was 5 sets, I kept it at 135 for the last 2 sets. And again, this allows me to kind of push the numbers on some weeks when I feel it's there, and on other weeks, lets me kind of tone it down and stick to the prescribed numbers, which is a number I should be able to hit pretty much no matter what. So last week when I was in Seattle, which I still need to get the clip from that week up, I ended up having my squat strength day, and I ended up just keeping at the suggested baseline max for that particular day, and things went really well. I didn't feel overly too beat up. That being said, on bench, I've played around with a whole bunch of different frequency over the past couple of months and even couple of years. I've done 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 4 times per week, and I actually saw a lot of good progress on twice a week, despite the literature showing that, more frequent is better. One of the things that I've been trying to do, though, since I'm only pressing twice a week, is really add in a lot of accessory work and volume. So as part of that, one of the things I did here is a couple sets of close grip bench, and what I'm showing you is where I take my grip. So typically on most of my normal bench sessions, I use my middle finger on the ring. When I go for a close grip bench, I end up moving my fingers in a couple of inches, basically extending my thumbs and using that to really put at the start of the knurling, and that's where I find my close grip bench. So you don't really have to take a lot of these to any extremes necessarily. From there, I moved on to some dumbbell work, and dumbbell work is something I've been trying to work in more, and these Iron Master adjustable dumbbells have really helped. So a couple sets of 10 here with 90 pounds, and these felt all right. I initially had inclined barbell bench press here, and I have that on my 2nd day now. I've moved it around just because I found that 3 barbell movements back to back to back were pretty tough. And then finally, as I mentioned, I have been trying to add in some back work on all of these days. So on this particular day, I did some weighted pull-ups. Some of those things where I really struggle. Do I really want to do like a dead hang and truly let my lats become untucked, if you will? I kind of struggled with that because obviously that makes it a lot harder, but I also find that I feel that a lot less in my back when I do it. So it's kind of a little bit of these hybrid ones where I just go down till my tippy toes tap the floor, tappy tap tap, and we make it happen that way. So there's my first pressing day of the week. Hope you guys all have a great Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you next time.